Everyone, here we go. We are here for this quiz preview. So make sure that you have your paper and pencil out ready to copy down everything that we do in this assignment so you are prepared for the quiz. All right, here we are. First thing that we always do, of course, is we identify the name of the assignment of the video lesson. It's called Exponents Quiz Preview, right? A reminder that this quiz preview that's being done in this video lesson is the exact same quiz preview that is part of your assignment worksheet. So make sure that you are copying everything down in order for you to get double credit. You get credit for watching the assignment, for watching the video lesson, answering all the questions, and you get credit for your assignment. All you have to do is take a picture and submit your assignment. All right. Second thing that we do is we identify the instructions. This says simplify. Your answer should contain only positive exponents. All right, so here we are. Here we go. Let's get started. So we see here that this -5 is the exponent outside the parentheses. So let us give everything that does not have an exponent of 1. The 2, the h, the k on the numerator, the 2 and the h on the denominator. So we're going to multiply this -5 by every single exponent that's inside. So -5 times 1, I get 2 to the -5. Right? So -5 times 1, -5 times 1 is h to the -5 and k to the -5. -5 times -2 is j to the +10 over -5 times -2, I get j to the +10. -5 times 5, I get k to the -25. -5 times 1, I get 2 to the -5 times 2 to the -5. Extend my line a little bit here. -5 times 1, I get h to the -5. And -5 times 3, and I get k to the -15. Right? So what I'm going to do here, everybody, is I'm going to bring everything together. Okay, I'm going to bring everything together that I can. All right, so up top here, nothing is combining, but here on the bottom, I have this k and this k, right? So this k and that k. So -25 plus -15, because remember that when we are multiplying the same bases, we add the exponents, right? And the notes are right here. So they opened up. And remember, these notes will be available during your quiz. So when we multiply product property, we add our exponents. 4 and 3 is 4 plus 3. So -25 and -15 is -40. So let me write it over here on this side. Oh, let me go down. So I get k to the -40. And that's nothing else that I can combine, so I get j to the 10th. Well, actually, look what I can do here. This j to the 10th and this j to the 10th. Well, when I'm dividing 10 minus 10, I subtract. Again, quotient means I subtract, see? 5 and 1, x to the 5th and x to the 1st. I do 5 minus 1. So 10 minus 10 is 0, right? So these eliminate. These eliminate right here. Okay, what else do I have? I have this h to the -5 and this h to the -5. -5 minus -5 is 0 as well. So these eliminate. I have these two, 2 to the -5 and 2 to the -5, so I have to subtract Negative 5 minus negative 5. Those cancel out. 0. So I'm left with, well, these two combine to be k to the negative 40, right? So up top I have k to the negative 5. Like this. Right? And we remember that we just did the division rule, that when we're dividing, we subtract our exponents. So we're going to get k to the negative 5 minus negative 40. And we remember, everybody, that negative negative makes positive. And a positive 40 and a negative 5 gives me a positive 35 to give me a solution of k to the 35th power. And that's the only thing that's left in this entire problem here. Look at that. All of this gave us that. We simplified. Perfect. All right. So make sure you pause or rewind in case I'm going too fast. So let's move on to number 2. So number 2 as well, let me give my terms that don't have exponents an exponent. That's the only one here. So let's remember that this 5 on the outside is going to multiply by 1, by 6, by 0, and by negative 6. All these others here, nothing is happening to them, so I'm just going to recopy them. Right? So m to the 5th, p to the negative 1, q to the negative 3. Okay, now this 5 times 1 is 5, so I get 2 to the 5th power. 5 times 6 is 30, so I get m to the 30th power. 5 times 0 is 0, so I get p to the 0 power. 5 times negative 6 is negative 30, so I get q to the negative 30 power. Times, I still have my m to the 5th, p to the 4th, and q to the 0. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start combining things that I can combine, right? But first, let's see if I could eliminate anything. And look what I can eliminate. M to the 5th and m to the 5th. 5 minus 5 is 0. So those are gone, just like that. Okay, so let's see. I can do this p to the negative 1 and this p to the 0. So negative 1 minus 0 is just negative 1, actually. So that means that this is gone. I keep p to the negative 1. What else? What else can I do here? P to the negative 1 and p to the 4th. That means that negative 1 minus 4, well, let's see, let me do it on the side here. Negative 1 minus 4, same signs, so I add them. 4 plus 1 is 5, and it's a negative 5. So this is gone, and this is gone, and I'm left with p to the negative 5. I can erase this now. Okay, let's see, what about my q's? So I have my q to the negative 3 and q to 0. Negative 3 minus 0 is negative 3, so that cancels that out. I'm left with negative 3. Yeah, q to the negative 3. Well, I have q to the negative 3 and q to the negative 30. So negative 3 minus negative 30. Negative 3 minus negative 30. And we remember that minus minus makes a plus. So I'm left with q to the 30 minus 3 is 27. So this gives me q to the positive 27 because 30 is bigger and 30 is a positive. Let me erase that. So what am I left with? Let's see. Let me draw my line here. So up top, I'm left with these two. P to the negative 5, Q to the 27th. On the bottom, I'm left with 2 to the 5th, which means, kiddos, 2 times 2 times 2 2 times 2. 2 to the 5th power, right? But instead of multiplying all that, look, oops. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my calculator. I'm going to use my tools here. So I'm going to go to here, my calculator. And I'm going to say 2 to the power of 5. 2 to the power of 5 gives me 32. So 2 to the power of 5 is 32. And I still have m to the 30th here. But remember, we can only have positive exponents. So this p to the negative 5 has got to come down and become p to the positive 5. So q is going to be left up top. 32 is still on the bottom. M to the 30th is still on the bottom. But now, oh my gosh, what did I do? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. But now, p to the negative 5 is now on the bottom, and p to the positive 5. And that right there, kiddos, is my solution right there. All right, lots of steps, right? But if you follow along, keep track, you should be okay. All right. First two problems done. Let's go to the third, excuse me. All right. These instructions say write each number in scientific notation. So let's go back. Let's find our notes. Scientific notation. Oh, right here. Okay. You can open that. You all do the same thing, right? So we're going to write in scientific notation. So let me zoom in here. And this one, standard notation to scientific notation. So let's see. So I need to move my decimal to be between the first two numbers. So I want my decimal to be right there. So I got to go from here to there. Well, how much do I move? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I moved to the right 6 times. All right. Oh my gosh, you guys couldn't see that. Look at that. There you are. I moved to the right 6 times. Right? So, actually, look at the mistake that I made, everybody. Where should the decimal go? I put it between the second and third numbers, not counting zeros, right? I don't want to count zeros. These are just regular. These are the numbers. It's got to be between the first and the second. It's got to be right there. So as a matter of fact, let us delete these. And we want the decimal there. So we're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We move to the right 5. What does it mean to move to the right? So when we write our answer is going to be 7.78 times 10, right? We're writing in scientific notation. What does it mean to move to the right? Move to the right means negative exponents. That means that our 5 is going to be a negative 5. And that is our solution. Right? That is our solution. Use notes, kiddos. Use notes. Right? There you go, that's better. Okay, use our notes. Notice that I am using our notes, right? All right, let's go to this one here. So where is the invisible decimal here? You all know where the invisible decimal is, right? The invisible decimal is right here. But it needs to be right there between the first two non-zero numbers. So I'm going to move to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I moved to the left 8. All right, so what does it mean to move to the left? Move left means positive exponent. So when we write this down, we're going to write 4.1 times 10 That means positive exponent. That means a positive 8. And there is our solution right there. Look at that. Okay. You're going to get problems just like this on the quiz, kiddos. Just like this on the quiz. All right. Next set of instructions. What does the next set of instructions say? They say, write each number in scientific notation. So we're going to write now in scientific notation. So we're going to use, boom, these notes right here. Okay, we're going to move these notes. We're going to use these notes. So when we have a positive exponent in scientific notation, we move the decimal to the right. When we have a negative exponent in scientific notation, we're going to move the decimal to the left. So let's see what we have here. Well, clearly we have a negative exponent, right? So that means that I'm going to write my 7.1 like this, and I'm going to move the decimal. Let's see, negative exponent, move left. Left 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where my decimal goes. And where do I put in between all my jumps? Zeros, of course. Look at that. And my final solution is going to be 0.000071. Remember, the decimal is no longer here. And move there, right? And move to the left 5 times. 5 times. All right, next problem here. We're going to go with, we're going to look at the exponent, positive 6. So let's see, positive exponent, it says we move right. So, okay, so we're going to move this exponent, oops, to the right. How many times? 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's our exponent. All the empty spots, zeros. So our solution is 3, 3, 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And since it's at the end here, I don't even need to write it. And I count every 3 numbers. 3, 3. And that is our solution right there. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So again, please make sure that you are writing everything down, rewinding if you have to, pausing if you have to make sure that you are getting everything correct, right? Finally, last 2 kiddos, our instructions here say, simplify, right? Write each answer in scientific notation. Okay, perfect. Let's do that. Okay, so we are multiplying here, right? First parentheses times second parentheses. We're multiplying 2 scientific notations. So I'm going to notice first, I'm going to multiply regular number times regular number. So I'm going to say 7.4 times 6.8. Like that. Then I'm going to multiply tens and tens together. So here on the side, I'm going to do 10 to the negative 5 times 10 squared, just like this. So what do these 2 give me right here? Well, instead of multiplying out, I'm going to use my tool right here. What was it? 7.4 times 6.8. 7.4 times 6.8 is 50.32. 50.32, right? Times 10, to the same base, multiplying, it means we add negative 5 plus 2. Negative 5 plus 2, they're different signs, so I subtract 5 minus 2 is 3. 5 is bigger and 5 is a negative, so I get negative 3. Right? But remember, this decimal has to be between the first 2 numbers here, which is right there. So I move to the left one time. And if I move to the left one time, then that means I add 1 here. So this one move to the left made me add 1. So my final solution is 5.032 times 10 to the negative 3 plus 1 is different signs. So I subtract 3 minus 1 is 2. And it's a negative 2 because 2 is bigger. 3 is bigger, right? 3 is bigger and 3 is a negative. And that right there, kiddos, is my solution right there. Look at that. Finally, one more problem here that you're going to find on the quiz. Okay. So now I'm dividing. So I'm going to divide this regular number divided by regular number. 7.34 divided by 8.8. And on the side, I'm going to divide the tens. 10 divided to the negative 5 over divided by 10 to the negative 9. So for this, kiddos, I'm going to use a calculator. 7.34 divided by 8.8. 7.34 divided by 8.8 gives me 0.834. I'm going to stop right there. 0.834. 0.834 times 10 to the, well, let's see. Since I'm dividing 10 divided by 10, that means that negative 5 is going to subtract with negative 9. So negative 5 minus negative 9. Negative means positive positive. 9 minus 5 is 4. Positive 4 because 9 is bigger. But kiddos, I got to move my decimal one time over because I want it right there between the 8 and the 3. So I can get 8.34. But since I moved to the right one, I have to subtract 1 here. Right? If I move to the right one, I got to subtract 1 on the decimal. So I get 10 to the 4 minus 1 is 3. And that right there, kiddos, is our solution for our last problem for our quiz preview. And that is our quiz preview right there. You're going to get problems very similar to these in the quiz, right? Like I said, this is also the worksheet, so make sure you've copied everything down. Take a picture and submit it, and you will get automatic credit for both the video lesson and for the worksheet. All right, thank you guys.